Hello everybody, it's Tanya from Dolly Days Nursery, and today is Workstation Wednesday. Well, first I'm going to apologize for the unsteady hand. I don't have my camera on the tripod because there's just too much moving around and everything, so I figured, you know what, it's not going to be a long video, but I just want to share. I've been putting my workstation back together since Christmas. Christmas booted all my workspace out in order to make room for Christmas. And so in the past week I've been working on getting that work area back together. I still have some work to do because I'm not going to show it all, but there's my table and that goes in a different area, so so I can have this space back again. So I have to move some more furniture, which I can't do by myself, or I won't. I can, but I always get yelled at for doing that. So anyway, my workstation is right here. It's not a big area. Right now it's only half of this room, but I do have my desk. It's not the most comfortable desk to work at. But anyway, it's working for me right now. This is the caddy that Chris gave me for Christmas, and I've seen some of those in some of other artist YouTube videos. And this nice shelf I brought up from down in the basement. We had some things stored on it, so I stole it. And my oven is here for right now, but it has to go back down in the porch because I don't bake in the same room that I work in, for obvious reasons, you know. I don't always notice a whole lot of fumes or anything from it, but who wants to take any chances on that? Not me. So, I've put things in other places and haven't got them brought out yet, but I do have, this is just a extra ring that I was using for when I was doing so many dolls, getting ready for Christmas at the Glacier, and I was running out of racks for putting the limbs on, so I stuck a few wooden pegs into a styrofoam ring. This is my weighing scale, and this is my rooting pillow that I do not use. Okay, this is my rooting pillow that I do not use. Let me show you what I do use. This is what I use. A bowl. This is the non-slip grip. You can get it in big sheets. It can go underneath rugs, so that some rugs don't have a backing on there, and they kind of slip away from you when you walk on them. So you can put this non-slip grip underneath. And funny fact, I used this when I went for tattoos. I would find that I would always be trying to get myself back up sitting up properly on the work, bed, chair, whatever, that the tattoo artist uses for his clients. And I kept I kept sliding down and sliding down. So anyway, one day I went over and I said, okay, I'm going to try this. And I brought it with me and I put it under me and I didn't slip at all. He was like, man, he said, I'm going to tell all my other clients about that. But it was funny. But I put this underneath my bowl because I'm usually working on my other little fold-up table. And so while I'm working, the bowl is not pushing away from me. And then I fold up different ones. I rearrange this every time I put a new head in there. And this protects the paint away from the edge of the bowl, but I can prop it however I need it to be. And it's down at my own level. I find with the pillow, oops, see the difference? The pillow is so much higher. I even took some stuffing out of the pillow, but it's way too awkward for me anyway. And I have found that this has worked really well for me. And since I've actually seen other artists saying that they recommend it to their students. So woohoo, I figured that one out on my own and didn't even know it was a thing to do. So I still have my pacifiers. I might just pull those stickers off because they're Christmas. And extra pacifiers. These are my feathers that I'm going to use for my avatar. Woohoo! And down in the box there, my exciting box, that is all my supplies for sculpting. So, and I have everything in here, and this nice little lid lifts up, so it gives a space that I can actually put things on top of that as well. And I keep all my paints in here. There's more in here. My ethnic paints are inside here, and then I just have more linseed oil, and then the matte varnish and thinning medium. These Q-tips, I love these Q-tips. They're the pointy-ended ones, and they're perfect, especially for getting in nostrils and in ears. Sponges and pads. These I use for either mixing my my sealer or for putting glue inside the head. And this is something I've been doing lately, is when I put the last bag of glass beads in, I insert a red heart. So it's kind of like putting a little bit of love in there. Some extra little things, stickers, my tutorial books are down there. Yeah. Now this big container here is glass beads. And then I have the avatar baby. Sorry, excuse the finger. I'm going to sit down on my new chair my mom and dad gave me for Christmas. It's not like my other one. My other one has arms on it, but it was just so big and it broke. So I couldn't rise up the seat area. I could, but as soon as I sat on it, it would be just, woo, down you go again. So, but anyway, little avatar I haven't worked on in a couple days now, because I'm resting my head. I've been fighting with a migraine ever since Saturday. So then I have, this is Sweetie. Sweetie was supposed to be done for the show in October, but I didn't finish in time. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to push it. And all I had to do was finish the hair. So I just got a little bit on each side to do and the back. So once I get that done and get the eyelashes rooted and all glued and everything, Sweetie will be available. Sweetie is a nice size. I love the chunky legs. And this one is kind of biracial. It's not not Caucasian and not fully AA, but I would say biracial. And there you go. A sweet little lesson right there. Look, when life gives you scraps, make a quilt. And I have Sweet Pea asleep over there, hung up. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with that one. I stripped the paint off that one. And I'm just waiting to see how this avatar goes, because if it goes okay, I just might make another one. And this little one, this poor little one is, who are you? Tracy. And it has the same limbs as Sweetie. This is the one that I accidentally got the blue paint on. 3 places on the head, and I ended up making a mess of trying to get those spots off. And then I stripped the paint off. So, I mean, as for the head part, it's really not going to matter where the hair is going to be rooted. But my challenge now is trying to get the complexion the same skin tone as the limbs. And I was so pleased with these limbs. Like, the mottling was so good, and the veins are so good. And of course, there's still lots of veins on the head. I don't have to redo the veins or anything. Because as you know, blue paint, not so easy to fix. Blue paint on an avatar takes forever to build up. But anyway, there's my little bit of schedule. So I have a little head on the way to me to be rooted. And I have to finish up my avatar and Sweet Pea. And finish the hair on Sweetie. And I don't know. I just called this a project. Tracy will be a project. But anyway, this is my workstation. And it's a comfortable little spot. You know, you don't need tons of room when you're painting because you just have everything right here, and you just, that goes back over on another shelf, but you just, you know, work around. And I just changed all this and made it right nice and clean. These are Avatar's eyes, but I really want the yellow ones. So I'm going to check and see. Woohoo! And these are such a pain trying to put them in with that stem right in the center. They're sweet eyes, but I would really, I don't know, maybe I could actually, nah. I was thinking paint the yellow onto them, but I would, oh, I'd really like to have glowing eyes. That would be interesting. Because once I get this one done, I'm going to have the little white spots are actually going to glow in the dark. So, but anyway, yeah, that's my workstation, my paintbrushes. I have to go through some of them because they are some no longer being used. My drink of the day. And I love these little dishes. I get these at the dollar store. And it's 4 in a pack for like $2. But they're perfect for when you want just small amounts of paint. like for veins and stuff like that. I usually use, this one here is usually the one I use for my varnish and my stamper. And these, oops, these are also dollar store little dishes. They're just, and they seem to be perfect. I have another kind that I get at the dollar store, but they don't seem, like when the paint goes up around the edge, sometimes you want to use that paint and it doesn't seem to really hold the paint. They're not dollar store. They're Stokes. So like cookware and stuff like that. These guys are. And then I got these Christmas. Santa Claus put these in my sock for Christmas. They're cute. I used to pre-mix my paint and have so much done up in bottles, and I just got away from it. So I just kind of like to start from scratch every time. And it just means that, you know, again, it's more one of a kind, because the paint is never the same. These are neat as well. I love these. Those are my mottling sponges. I used to cut those every single doll I made. And then I'm like, why am I doing that? So I found a pattern. I did a pattern that I really liked, and I'm like, I'm not throwing those out yet. So they're not too bad. I probably got about 6 babies out of that one, out of that pattern so far. Not too much paint soaked up into them. But anyway, that's my little bit of workstation business. I do have another little bit, like I would normally be right over to where this cabinet is, and it goes right across the room. But my table's still there, so I have to rearrange everything. And I just took the Christmas bow off my lamp. And I have to take the lights off it because they no longer work. And of course, as you can see, now these shelves had Christmas ornaments and everything on there. And since I packed those away, now it's become a catch-all space. And I have this little bit of a shelf. It's actually a boot stand. But I put my baskets on there, and packing things like tape and scissors and the marker that I uses, and my business cards and all that stuff. So, but anyway, there it is, my little corner. And it'll be a bigger corner once I get the furniture moved. But yeah, anyway, I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.